Hi everyone. So today this video I will show you how we can build a shopping API which will help us to know the status of the product. Is it like shipped, or is it like placed, or is it like delivered? So how we can see that kind of API. So let's go through my requirement analysis to explain you like what kind of scenario I want to demonstrate today. So here, like if you see here, I'm using one endpoint order status. After order status, I'm adding a colon order ID. So it means what, like I will use different kind of order ID to show you like this is it the product is placed, or is it the product is saved, or is this product is delivered. So that kind of features like you can able to see this API. So one more thing, like those who, I think most of the people are already using shopping application, right? Like Flipkart or Amazon or Myntra or any kind of application. So there is one filter option is there, like they can see the order status. Is it placed, or is it shipped, or is it delivered? How actually their like Flipkart is working or Amazon is working in their backend. Actually, there is two type of scenario like most of the developers building before like live their product, right? So if their backend system is not ready, how they are managing this one? So they have one mock data. So inside mock data, they are cloning that particular like sample response of production in sandbox. So they are testing. Okay, so during testing, okay, so this functionality is working or not. So that kind of like before like achieving that functionality. So I'm clearing the basic ground, like okay, so this is the way like we can pass this kind of get request, we can pass the post request. So at the final, like in upcoming days, like we will integrate this mocker all APIs to show you one live like end-to-end session, like where actually you will get the most of the all features. So let's complete this part to understand like how like managing here, like so it will helpful for you upcoming days to integrate this API mocker in your real-time application. So if someone is want to use like see, okay, so your application features is what it is providing service. So how you will tell them like if your backend is not ready. So you have to make one sample mock data, right, in backend. So if anyone is want to show you, okay, show me your what is your product is doing. So you can show them, filter this id, so you can see this is okay placed, so this is like placed, so this is shipped, or this is delivered. So this kind of way like we can tell them, okay, so this is the way like it is we can able to achieve this one. So like this is one endpoint. So here I'm using like get method. So in switch condition, I'm using your one order id. So this order id value must be matched with your endpoint, then only whatever like order id you are passing, it will go through this switch condition. Then it will, there is two more field is there, one more response and one for switch response. So if the value, whatever value order id, if it is matching, then there is three type of order id I'm giving, means taking as an example. One for ks1234, nb 5468, double k like 8520. If this any one of this like order id is matching, then we can get one response like so I given like as I mentioned, like I'm using three type of scenario. One for like if this order id, if you are passing as an endpoint here, then it will call the particular file order placed. If you are using this particular order id, then it will call order shipped. If I am passing this particular order id, it will call this delivered file. So what it is happening, like depends on order id. I just separated each file which will show you, okay, the status, is it placed, or the status, is it shipped, or the status, is it delivered. So that kind of features which is available in switch condition. This is like a mock data, it's not the actual data. In upcoming days we will create one API. We will host it in one particular response. Whatever data is available depends on that, we can use as a production live. So this one we will consider as a sandbox live, as a mock data. If any one of this id is not matching, then that's then what it will do, mocker it will call like 500 code, and it will call this particular file. Whatever response is available inside that code, we will print that one. So this is the way like how we can like achieve a like sample like deliver status API, where we can see the status of the actual product. So this is one sample, just don't consider as a production it's a dynamic response. So this is like one static response. So let's start, like without wasting any time, let's configure this one in our configuration JSON file. So let me copy this one. So here like this is one of the configuration like regularly I'm maintaining here. So this is starting here and this is ending here. So let me give one comma here. Let me add my configuration. Okay, So now I added here. So what I need to do, if you see here, in response field there is one file is there, order status. In the switch response, there is one more, like for this order ID I added here placed. For this particular order ID I added shipped. For this one I added a order delivered. So I created 4 sample file. Let me show you for your reference. So this is, if it is order placed, it will call this particular file. Then I add like this kind of response. So this is order ID, order status. Within the item I added, like I created one array here. So inside array I added 2 nested JSON, one for like laptop and one for mouse. This is for quantity 1 and quantity 2. The same, like see in Flipkart, Amazon, there are multiple fields they are mapping in their like order status functionality. So here, like I'm adding a 2 as a for a demo purpose. So estimated delivery, added one date. So like if you see their application, they have one like option is there where actually the product, the maximum delivery like timing. So I added here like one time here. So same for shipped. So what I did here, I added 4 here for order placed. So after 1 day, like is the order is shipped. Then after 3 days, like 2 days, it's like order delivered. This is like the same like logic whatever they build in their API, right? So this is one example like how we can achieve like in mocker scenario for your understanding. Okay, so this is the way like their corporate is building their API. So what I need to do, let me create this particular files inside mocks folder. So if you go to configuration, right, so we are storing all the files inside mocks folder only. So same setup we can do it in here also. So this particular file, right, so like order not found. So if any of the ID is not matching, we'll create this particular file. So let me go through mocks folder here. So this is my API mocks folder. Okay, so direct I'm just creating folder in git only. After this video I will push that code. So kindly those who want to like explore about like how we can integrate, how they can quickly like test is it working or not, they can go through my git and clone that particular file. So let me open this one blank file. So this one, go through save as. Here I am modifying this save type to all file, and let me paste that particular file. So this one will use for not found. Okay, now let me go through my requirement analysis. So I added here one option here. So if any of the ID is not matching, we'll print this response. So let me add some content in here and save that one. Okay, so this one I did for like if product is not found. So second one, like let me go through our configuration JSON. So let me copy this particular file. So this is for order placed. Okay, now let me go through this folder. So here let me save as. Here let me modify this type to all file. Let me add it here. So this particular order placed, let me go through here. Let me copy this particular response. Okay, so let me add it here. This one like I used for order placed. Same for like I need to do for order shipped. Let me copy this file, go through the same folder again. Let me open this one. So we create this 4 file for 4 type of status. So it's easy for like understand actually what is happening in our API. So here I need to add some content of the data, right? So let me go through this requirement analysis. Copy this one. This is my sample like response. Guys, you can use your own custom response. So like whatever you want, like you want to pass a different value or different field, that depends on you guys. So let me close this one. So one more file also we need to create it, order delivered. So let me quickly create that one. So 1 minute, let me open this particular file save as. So here let me modify to all files. Let me add it here. Okay, so here also we need to add some data, right, for order delivered. So let me go through this analysis. Let me copy this value. So let me add it here. So this is done. Okay, so make sure like we created for not found for order, second one for placed, third one is for shipped, and fourth one is for delivered. So let me confirm once. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, so our like backend like particular files are we already created. Now like we need to do what, make sure like you need to save this particular configuration. After save this configuration, we need to restart the API mocker to make sure like your new changes is reflected in API mocker. Okay, so this is the way like how API mocker is working. So let me go through terminal here. So let me terminate this session and execute node and server.js again. So now you can see that mocker server is running. So how we can verify like API mocker is running or not? So let me go through on previous API. So let me copy this host. As a real time scenario I'm showing you guys, so it will helpful for you like to easily understand how it is working. So let me add it here. So here you can see, right, cannot get. So that means your API mocker has been started. Let's start to test the API to verify, okay, is it working or not. So let me copy this one. This is my base URL. So here I'm adding this particular endpoint. This is my base URL. Now what I need to do, let me go through configuration again. Let me copy this one. This is my like order status is my endpoint. So in postman, let me add it here. So in like colon order id, what we need to do, as I mentioned, we need to pass different type of order id to verify like, okay, so API mocker is actually giving the whatever response we configured in the backend, it is giving or not. And also like this is one like a real time like demo, the same clone of like their application like Amazon or Flipkart. So how they are like tracking your product. So this like there is one biggest like company like they have multiple functionality, but this is the way like how we can understand like, okay, so this is the way like they are tracking the particular id. Each product have like one unique id, so that particular unique id is just like your Aadhaar number, PAN number. Same for this is one order id is the unique number. By using that particular unique id only, they are calling their backend system. From backend they are fetching the data. That data only you can see the particular application. So here what you can do here, let me go through configuration. This is one id. Okay, so this id, let me copy this one. So in postman, let me paste here. Sorry, 1 minute. So we need to add this id, right? If I send request, so now it's showing what, 404 not found. Okay, so why it's throwing, I added one more slash here. Let me remove this one. If I send request now, right, so you can see like this is a particular id. Let me go through log. If I see here, this is like sometimes API mocker hanged, so we need to give enter. So this is the method like get method, and this is like a generated key here. This is the id like which we passed as a URL. Once this is matching, then it will call this order placed. So if you see, go through this particular postman, right, so now you can see the response. This is my order id matching with my order id. Second one, like we order one particular product, so it's order placed. This is laptop, I added one quantity 1. This is mouse, like I added quantity 2. So I just order like 2 quantity for mouse, 1 quantity for laptop. So when I placed that one in 4th of 2025. Whatever value you configured that particular file, it will print here. So this is like just example like, okay, I order one these 2 product. So when means after 1 day, what is the status? So how actually corporate is doing? So let me go through here, copy this particular id. This is one more id. So this id, the order is like placed. So if I execute this id, so now let me go through response here. So you can see here, right, this particular id, it's going through switch condition, and it's checking the particular field is means particular id is available or not. If this particular id is available, it's going through this mocks folder, it's checking the particular file order shipped, and that response you can see here, means check here. So this particular id, the product is shipped. Now you can see, right. So let's test the third one. So let me copy this third id. Let me go through post one. So here if I send request, right, let me go through log here. So now you can see this is the id, and it's going through switch key. It's checking the particular order id is available or not. If it is available, going through mock folder, and it is calling that particular file order delivered. So in postman you can see, right, this is order delivered, and that is to it depends on order id like what kind of product you ordered. So that is the way like how backends, this is mock data, that's why we are getting this response. If it is like production, you will get dynamic response. Okay, so here you can see like status like order delivered, and it's order delivered 8th of 2025. So if I'm passing like any random id like after this one, if I send request, right, if you go through log here, So what it is going, like it is checking this particular id is available or not. If none of the id is available, what it will do, it will call mocks folder order not found. As I mentioned in the configuration, if you see here, right, if none of the id is available, means none of the id is giving 200 response, it will do what, it will go through this response condition and it will give the 500 code and it will call this particular file order not found. If you go through postman response, right, you can see what 404 and order not found. So like this is one way, like how like any corporate company or like any product based company or any type of application status, how they are like building their API. So an actual like before live they are testing like this way, or also they have multiple dev system, SIT, UAT, DR and production. They have multiple systems are there. They are integrating their system. Before backend ready, they are doing one mock data test, so they can make sure okay their product is stable and we can able to go live. So this is the way like how they are doing. So this is one of the product like API Mocker, which is very simple to use and user friendly also. Those who want to explore also, I already uploading this video in my channel. Kindly go through my channel, so beyond doubt, and the playlist also API Mocker big not to export. All the step by step process also I explained and regularly, and sometime also due to other priority I'm unable to upload regularly. But this channel is most of the like technical videos which will helpful for your future. So those who are watching newly, kindly go through my channel and like, share and subscribe my channel and watch my videos, so which will helpful and motivate me to make more videos. Thank you so much.